Rock City the Soul Man, Rock City the Soul Man checking in on another episode of Pass the Mic, Pass the Mic, Pass the Mic. Today we're going to speak on the importance of silence, of stillness, of inner peace, of calm. In all of our lives, this go, go, go leaves us no time or very little for just being still, for just being quiet. And when we do have a moment, we try to fill that void with anything possible. Distractions galore. For example, I'm not saying that I do, but getting on TikTok and then 3 hours and a few dances later, well, that moment has completely passed. It also doesn't help that the many responsibilities, the many asks, the demands of us that once again leave us well short of reaching that inner tranquility. The rat race and the constant need for dopamine add to that problem. We rarely just stop. As if red lights don't exist, only green ones do. And often it's almost as if we can't. Our minds keep pushing and pushing. There's always something more important or better to do, of course. Being in stillness isn't looked upon with glee, a wasted exercise in more than a few people's minds. But is it really futile or futile at all? Or are we not understanding it correctly? Can it bring forth benefits that trump the stigma of boredom and non-activity? Maybe the world is just too full of noise, and even decreasing the volume doesn't quite do the trick. Every now and then, maybe we could watch the world on mute, even daring at times to put it on pause. I know that pausing can't be achieved, for time is unstoppable, but in our own ways, we can slow it down to a crawl, returning back to the present moment fully and engaging in it wholly. That stillness can alleviate stress, almost magically increasing coping prowess. And we all know that stress is running rampant at every corner and every turn. There it is, popping out of nowhere like the undesirable surprise that it is. See, I once received some gently used bubblegum for my birthday, and I always thought that would be my worst gift. But as I've gotten older, the stress that comes neatly wrapped definitely tops the list. See, at least with the gum, my breath improved. Don't judge me. I was very, very young. What I'm trying to get you to chew on is that stillness can provide safety, a helmet, knee, and elbow pads for when you take off on your brand new bike. You will still fall eventually, yet you're well protected. And in many cases, it enacts as training wheels to give your life some needed balance and a stronger concentration to boot, allowing you to steer straight, further coating you. Fires all around, and the inferno and the sheer heat don't melt you, no. Not that it has no bearing, and not that it's not hot. It's become your own personal fire hose, and you become your own fireman. This balance, this concentration, it leads to clarity and more creativity. A definite leveling up. The inner peace, a byproduct, a reward for letting the stillness overtake you. A much better birthday gift than stress and a used breath enhancer, gently used. A gift that helps you sleep better at night and one with growth packed within. So why are we constantly running everywhere but to the stillness? Into chaos and madness, allowing all kinds of debris to attach itself to us. Maybe it's time we stopped for a moment, reflected, turn down the volume, hearing nothing but ourselves. Maybe doing nothing, being in stillness is doing everything we need. Food for thought. Or should I say a piece of gum to be chewed on? In this first piece titled Stillness, I attempt to capture that feeling. Drop your comments, agree, disagree, what resonated, what didn't resonate. But most of all, sit back and enjoy in stillness. Stillness. In the noise of it all, from the world's chatter where things constantly clash and splatter, where every other moment there seems to be a matter, being tugged around like we're cattle. Finding any kind of stillness becomes a battle. Blood drawn and sweat poured, the clanging of weapons, the yelling of more, the swelling of egos, souring the ethos, empowering chaos. Pandemonium has its own kiosks, selling all of the products that deducts all of the unrest that keeps you up, where peace is handed in voluntarily, and yet again stillness is not within reach, hopefully only temporarily, Although in this ruckus world has become more and more a rarity, a commodity that many don't seek, an oddity, for it's poetic the way that stillness speaks. Listen, will ya? A little silence wouldn't kill ya. Running around in the loudness, in the madness, a zoo, I tell ya. Find the calm and go towards it. There you'll find a better fit. And then in silence and stillness, sit. Perfect. Let it breathe. How does this piece make y'all feel? Is silence something you may want to pursue? While you're pondering that, how about I serve you a second slice of stillness in this next piece entitled, Let's Catch a Feeling. You know what to do. Sit back. Enjoy. Let's catch a feeling. Maybe this was meant for that healing. Perhaps this is just a moment that we're stealing. A heist of epic proportions, given away to the wind with no cautions. Let's remain still. Allow whatever this is to fulfill. See, words don't need to lead the conversation. Shh. The silence can narrate. Sit in it for a while, really let it marinate. The soothing mist that takes over the fog that once existed. A reward of the highest order where one is willing to risk it all. Standing tall in a most relaxed manner. With open skies and even more so candor. Nothing can rain on this parade. Pretense cut with the sharpest blade. Nothing forsaken, a chance well taken. The heavens have been shaken. Something deep inside has stirred. Peace has filled up and hope nothing comes along and disturbs. Staring into the abyss, the flight of the birds, a masterpiece unfolds, breaking all of the holds of the unwanted, the entangled. A thought crosses that finally you found your gold. A feeling of anew that doesn't get old. A warmth that never gets cold. A warmth that never gets cold. Let's catch a feeling, for I'm sold. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pass the Mic. Rock City the Soul Man. Checking out. Oh, I almost forgot. Like and subscribe. And go check out another one. Okay, I'm out for real.